What if I told you that almost anyone could be recruited into a cult under the right circumstances? We like to imagine secret compounds and bizarre, unstable leaders. We tell ourselves that we are too smart, too grounded, or too independent to ever be caught. But psychologists have discovered something far more unsettling. The processes that pull people into these groups are not signs of weakness. They are the very mechanisms that make us human: our need for belonging, our search for meaning, our primal fear of being alone. These are not flaws. They are the doors through which manipulation enters. When we think of cults, we look for monsters. But the real danger is not a monster. It is a mirror. The same needs that drive us to build families and friendships are the ones that can be weaponized against us. You assume you are safe because you are rational. History proves that rationality is the first thing to go when we are offered a place to belong. We are all vulnerable to the right pressure at the wrong time. The question is not whether you could be caught. The question is whether you would even realize it was happening. Insight 1. People never consciously sign up for control. They sign up for community. A recruit does not walk into a compound looking for a master. They walk into a room looking for a friend. Imagine you are at a low point. A major life transition has left you feeling invisible. Then, the group appears. They do not ask for anything. They offer everything. This is love bombing. It is an overwhelming surge of validation and affection. You are suddenly the center of their focus. They listen to your stories as if they are the most important words ever spoken. They validate your struggles. They agree with your frustrations. It feels like finding a missing piece of yourself. Researchers Roy Baumeister and Mark Leary identified this as the fundamental human need for belonging. When you are lonely, your brain is hardwired to seek that connection. The group knows this. They provide that acceptance exactly when you need it most. It feels like a gift. It feels like being seen. By the time you notice the expectations shifting, the emotional hooks are already set deep. You are not trapped by force. You are held by the warmth of a bond that feels too good to abandon. Insight 2. The trap evolves. It is no longer about the warmth of the group. It is about the narrowing of your world. The members do not tell you to leave your family. They simply frame those relationships as obstacles to your growth. They label old friends as negative or as people who just do not understand your new path. Slowly, the walls close in. The group becomes the only mirror you have left to see yourself. Social identity theory explains exactly how this works. We naturally categorize ourselves into groups to find our place. But here, your identity is systematically fused with the collective. The group's values are your values. The group's enemies are your enemies. When you reach this stage, a dangerous shift occurs in your mind. A disagreement is no longer a debate about facts or ideas. It is a direct assault on who you are. You stop asking if a belief is true. You only ask if you are still loyal. To question the group is to risk losing your entire sense of self. You are no longer an individual. You are a component. Leaving now feels like an act of amputation. You are not just walking away from people. You are trying to survive the internal collapse of the only reality you have left. Insight 3. The final stage is not about belief. It is about the hunger for order in a chaotic world. When the economy shifts or social structures fracture, uncertainty becomes a physical weight. You feel the ground beneath you vibrate. You crave a map. Ari Kruglansky's research on the quest for significance captures this exact moment of vulnerability. The group steps forward with a solution. They do not offer small fixes. They offer a grand, world-altering mission. Suddenly, your life is no longer about paying bills or navigating mundane frustrations. You are a soldier in a historic struggle. The ideology provides a rigid framework that makes the world predictable again. You know who the heroes are. You know who the villains are. You know exactly what tomorrow will bring. This is the ultimate seduction. The group provides the belonging, the mission provides the meaning, and the doctrine provides the certainty. You stop seeing the group as an organization and start seeing it as the only thing standing between you and total collapse. You align your pulse with their rhythm. You accept the dogma because it anchors you in a storm. You are no longer just a person. You are a vessel for a purpose that feels larger than your own life. The trap is now complete. The final truth is the most uncomfortable one. These mechanisms are not confined to remote compounds. They are the same forces at work in toxic workplaces, online echo chambers, and political movements. We are all vulnerable because we are all human. The danger arises the moment we trade our independent judgment for the comfort of a group. Look at your own life. When you feel a surge of anger at a dissenting voice, ask why. When you find yourself silencing your own doubts to maintain harmony, ask what you are protecting. The most effective manipulation does not feel like a cage. It feels like home. It feels like a purpose you have been searching for your entire life. History shows us that the most destructive movements began with ordinary people who simply wanted to belong. You are not immune to this, and neither am I. The strongest protection is not your intelligence or your status. It is the raw, difficult courage to look at the groups you love most and ask the questions that threaten their foundation. If someone offers you absolute certainty, walk away. Your independence is the only thing that truly belongs to you. Guard it. Question everything. Because the moment you stop questioning, you have already been recruited.